It's hard to say. I mean, I think it's really the whole thing. It's just real clarity in terms of what's allowed, what's not allowed, and really that's what we really need to do is just fix things. We had too many interpretations of what was appropriate and what was not appropriate, and the fact that all board members will now know here are the rules going forward. That's what's going to be fixed.
Lastly, there's a bit of a lack of clarity, on my part, about board staff and what rules they'll fall under.
And they will follow the same rules as the board.
As the board itself.
The board itself.
Under
Under what we are proposing to the full board.
And with regard to hotels, and we were talking about meals, there's some hotels between administration, Board of Education staff members, and some Board of Education members, but we're talking $250 up to $500 a night. What's the point of it becoming excessive for a hotel stay?
Well, I mean, when board members go to conferences, typically there's the board decides, a lot of times we'll stay at the conference hotel. The board will make the calls on hotels. Beyond that, I think it's going to be judgment. It's going to be whatever our standard is in terms of, what's reasonable and prudent, and not be excessive, and that will be the standard.
From the records, it's always a Hilton, a Hyatt, a boutique hotel. You never see a Hampton Inn or a Holiday Inn. Why is that?
Once again, this is something that we're going to try and clarify going forward.
What's something that you want the public to know, just based on what you guys are doing in here? Obviously, the media is inside, but very few actual taxpayers. What do you want them to know?
Well, we want the taxpayers to know that the board takes these issues seriously, and we're concerned that these are taxpayer dollars that board members and the system is spending, and we take our obligation to not expend tax dollars, that we are prudent stewards of taxpayers' dollars, and we are being very, very cautious about coming up with procedures that will ensure that taxpayer dollars are being spent wisely.
The only other question I have, and you don't need to name a name, as you know, you said you didn't want to, but in all of the media coverage and reviewing all the expense reports, generally speaking, what do you feel as if were the most egregious charges?
I'm really not going to get into that.
Even just generally speaking?
Not at this time.
Get a quick two shots, just to show this up.